This is a question for all the lads out there. Are you a tuck up and waistband or a curve down and gooch person? Here's a trick with a book of matches. You claim that you're gonna show them a penetration trick and not to get excited. So you take a match from a matchbook and you rip it off and you give it a little bit of a light here, just like this. And here's the penetration trick. You gotta blow it out first, but you take the match and you just rub it against the back of your palm, just like this, and watch, look, it's actually melting through the fibers of my hand, just like that, and it's actually penetrated its way all the way to the inside of my, what it seems like, it got stuck halfway. That's gonna be a problem. And your hands are unequivocally empty. It's a great little trick. It's a dumb thing to do at a bar or at a restaurant where they offer books of matches, but it's really a compelling trick because look, it's gone. It's not in this hand, it's not in this hand. You didn't do one of these weird things where, oh, I'm gonna hold the match in this hand and then I'm gonna place it in this hand. No, it's just gone. Now the setup for this trick is pretty simple, and that's if you just wanna have some ashes on your palm, which is completely optional. Now, some people in 2023 might be grossed out with the idea of getting some ashes from an ashtray and putting it on your palm, but just do it. It's gonna add to the trick. It's gonna make it look like the ash from the match got stuck somewhere between the back of your hand and the middle of your hand, and it's a very interesting little thing. So just grab a little bit of ash and just rub it on your palm. That's it. Now, if you want, you could also take a sharpened pencil, get some of the graphite and rub it in your palm, and that could play off as ashes as well. Some people have used like mascara, right? You get a little bit of mascara and you rub it thin and you put it in your palm, and then it looks a little bit like ashes. Whatever it takes, as long as there's some sort of smudge in the middle of your left palm. You gotta shave it though. You gotta shave your left palm though, from all the hair that's grown on it because of all the things you did as a child alone in the bedroom. Hopefully when you're an adult alone in your bedroom, you're watching the PigCake Magic Academy. Just look at the list of tricks, moves, routines that you get access to the moment you sign up. What are you waiting for? The moment you sign up, you get access to all of this content. The instant that you decide to go, yeah, I'm joining the PigCake Magic Academy. All of it, apart from the Mentalism Academy, that's a little bit more costly, but it's still very reasonable. 10 bucks a month? What? That's 2 White Claws. That's 2 Budweisers in a dive bar in Southern Mississippi. And I'm always constantly uploading lessons to the Academy. So go ahead, check it out, and do something interesting in the bedroom for once. Now the next bit here is that you're gonna take a book of matches and you're just gonna light a match. Now the move is gonna be as follows. What's gonna happen is you're gonna have to play around with your environment here, because depending on who's behind you or who's near you, you're gonna chuck this match and throw it out of your hand as you pretend to put it out. So sometimes it's gonna be better if you chuck it at the floor. Sometimes it's gonna be better as you chuck it on the upward swing and you throw it behind your back. But look at what it is. Look at a little matchstick. It's small, it's insignificant. It looks like garbage. And technically after you use it, it is trash. So if you throw it over your head, nobody's gonna be the wiser. Nobody's gonna see this unless they're Superman. And even then, you're performing for Superman. You're living in a fictional reality. You need to wake up, wake up, wake up. So you're gonna light the match and you're gonna show it to them. It's very important that you show the match before you actually go ahead and start doing the motion of putting it out, because this is a very important, compelling image in their mind. If you just light it and immediately go into blowing it out, well, they never had this image in their mind, so you could have just pretended. So you're gonna light it, you're gonna show it, and then you're gonna start moving your hand like this in order to put it out. Now on the upward swing or the downward swing, it's gonna be up to you. You're gonna throw the match. Now it's very important that you make sure that the match has completely gone off. So when you're actually moving it back and forth, make sure that the actual match head is unlit. You don't wanna take a lit match and somehow Shoddy behind you decided to put a lot of hairspray on her gross, disgusting head, and now you have a fireball situation. 10 to 25 for arson is not worth it for this trick. So when you light the match, you wanna make sure that it's lit, that they see it, and then when you actually put it out, you wanna make sure that it's out before you decide to chuck it over your head or at the floor. So the move is just as simple as this. As you're putting out the match, you're just gonna let it fall. You're not gonna let anything change in your hand. You're just literally letting that match fall either in the upward or in the downward swing. And it's a very natural move to do because you see people put out a match like this all the time, so might as well take advantage of that and do a vanish while you're doing it. And now you're gonna pretend to hold the match. You're then going to take your fist, you're going to rub it against the back of your hand, this non-existent match, and show it to be gone. In this case, you're telling it that it's going to penetrate into your left hand, and then you could turn your hand over and show that there's ash on your palm. So somehow now the match got stuck between this little section, and well, now you have to go and check it out because this trick has gone awfully wrong, but it's still very impressive because your hands are completely empty. Where did the match go? How did the match disappear? Unless it's actually where it's, and here, by the time you've reached this point, the disconnect between this action and this action, it's gone on a year and a half ago. They're not going to remember that you put it out like this. They're not going to remember anything apart from here when you actually put attention to what you're doing. So they're going to go back in their mind's eye and try to rewind what's gone on, and they're going to go, oh, where did it go? It must be in his right hand. No, it's not in my right hand. Well, it must be in his hand like he's claiming. Oh, well, it's not. So it has to be where you claim it to be. Little magical thinking there, but it still works out. And it's still a fun little dumb trick that you could play around if you happen to have a matchbook. Now, if you want to combine this and you want to have the match reappear, you could do the exact same thing that's in every single magic book since, I don't know, Jesus was around, where you either use a match to light this one, or you could just take a lighter and you light one match separate from the rest, just like this, blow it out, wait for it not to get hot, and then now you have this match in here. So you can make the match vanish, you can make it disappear in the back of your hand, and then, oh wait, it's actually gone back to the matchbook that you're holding. You could have them casually hold on to the matchbook, just like this in your hand, as you actually do the penetration action, and now it's gone back in their hand, in the matchbook that they've been holding the entire time. So there's a lot of things you could do with this particular idea to play around with it. But ultimately, look what you need. You just need some ash and a matchbook, and you're good to go. So that's a fun little trick, right? It's good, it's fun, it's impromptu, if you want to call it that. Some people are always obsessed with card magic, thinking, oh, man, I really need to be hitting that next card trick. Really, you need to be hitting up things like this that are situational, that people are going to remember more likely than you putting a card in the middle and look, it came to the top 47 times. Maybe you should come to the top once, you unambitious goofball. Some advice, you always want to have a lighter on you, even if you're not a smoker, and make sure it's somewhat of a lighter that's kind of interesting. This conversation starter, because you're going to get inevitably some shoddy that's going to come up to you and ask you, hey, do you have a lighter? And you don't want to be Mr. Oh, no, I don't have one on me. You want to be the guy that goes, yeah, sure, here. And you take out a lighter like this that's somewhat novel. You light it, you light her cigarette, and then you're good to go. You have a conversation. She goes, well, I've never seen a lighter like that. And you go, well, have you ever seen a guy like this? You ever seen a guy like this, right? And then you're into a whole conversation, and then wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. So you always want to have a lighter on you. If you have to have a big lighter, you can have a big lighter, but I suggest having a more interesting kind of talkative lighter, like this one that I got from wish.com that says bread on it. It says bread. It's a DuPont knockoff, but it says, actually it says broad. It says broad, not even bread. Bread would be cool, but this says broad. What?
I see you again, when 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 I see you again.